How's everybody? Hey. Hi everyone. It's me, New York vocalist Benita Charles, here for another episode of Singing Tips. I am at Jackie Robinson Park in Harlem this time. It's a beautiful evening. It rained earlier, but the rain has subsided, and now it's it's comfortable, no more humidity, and I am just having a great time here at Singing Tips. I hope that you're having a great evening. You know, we've counted down the 10 tips to help you with your talent, and now we're getting ready to move into another phase in Singing Tips. But before we do, let me introduce myself. My name is New York vocalist Benita Charles. I live here in New York City in Harlem, and I've been bringing these singing tips to beginner singers to help singers become more professional. I had so many people ask me about how do I get into singing? How do I get into singing? So I started these singing tips to help people get into singing professionally. I just recently did the last 10 tips. The recap show was last week, and the last 10 tips that we did was about your talent, and it was about your foundation. So now that you've established your talent, now that you've been performing and working on songs and rehearsing, working with a vocal coach, and learning music, now it's time to sing in front of an audience. So that's this week's tip. This week's tip is for you to sing in front of an audience. It's time. You can't practice forever. You got to get out of it. You got to get out the bubble of rehearsal, because when you're practicing in rehearsal, it's a whole different ball game than when you're performing in front of an audience. When you perform in front of an audience, there's no stopping and starting. There's no turning back. It is what it is. What you put out there is what you put out there. So it automatically makes you step up your game. So that's the thing. And if you want to be professional, you got to be able to sing in front of people, and you got to be able to entertain people, and you got to start somewhere. So you wonder, where do I start? Well, the first place you can start, and when you're just starting out, is with family and friends. That's what happened to me. When I was younger, my family would always enlist me at a barbecue or, a family reunion. Come up and sing. So I always had to be ready. But you know what? It was great practice, because what better audience to be in front of than your family and friends? They're going to be kind to you. They're going to be nice to you. But it's just a great start. Another place, a good start, is the church. Now, when I was a kid, that was exactly how I started, was singing in a choir, the children's choir. And eventually I started singing leads when they found out I could sing. And my first solo, I'll never forget, I was 12 years old. And it was such a out-of-body experience. I can remember standing in front of the audience, but not even looking at them. I was transformed, and I think I was hooked at that point. I knew I wanted to be a singer. So I would encourage you, to get your kids in choir. It's a perfect experience for them, because for one thing, they learn group singing. They also, for me, it helped my ear, because listening to other voices and making sure I blended, it helped me as a singer. When I sang with other people, I can harmonize. I can sometimes find my harmony. And also singing solos, I was able to step out of my shell and really become a performer. So I think it's an excellent way for people to learn to sing. Another thing that you can do is you can go to open mics. So the great thing about an open mic is a lot of times they have a house band. They pretty much know most of the covers. So you can't really throw, unless it's an obscure song, they pretty much know. And you go up there and you sing with a band. That's the great thing, is you actually sing with a live band. And it's a good experience, because when you start your own band and you join another band, you'll already know things to do. You know, you'll already know how it feels to sing with a band. Another another way you can start singing in front of an audience is artist showcase. So the difference between an artist showcase and open mic is, usually with an artist showcase, there's a producer, and they have a select they find singers, they have a select number of singers, and those are the only singers that sing on that show. As opposed to an open mic, anybody can come up and sing. With artist showcase, usually it's a select number of artists. But the great thing about an artist showcase as opposed to open mic is, a lot of times with an artist showcase, they're really good venues. So if you want to perform, like here in New York, there's a venue called the Blue Note, which is one of the high-end venues. If you're on an artist showcase at the Blue Note, that's impressive, you know. So you can put that on your resume, your artist resume, and build up your experience from there. Another way you can do is self-produced shows. A lot of times here in New York, artists will have like a cabaret show, and it's kind of like it's a self-produced show, because they are responsible for the venue, they're responsible for promotion, they're responsible for the actual show and ticket sales or whatever. But the great thing about that is you get 100% of the profit. And last but not least is what I'm doing, and that's online. So now you don't have to go to a venue. You can actually do this in the comfort of your own home, and you can put on a concert. There's so many online tools now. Facebook at Live, Periscope, which is what I'm on now, Google Hangout. There's Concert Window. There's a new app called Busker, where you people can tip you. So there's so many options now. That's the great thing about nowadays with technology. You can bring the concert to the world. So that's this week's tip. So find some ways to sing in front of an audience. It's a great thing. And you know, you're prepared now. You've been practicing. So now you're ready to start singing. So with that being said, I'm going to sing for you. I'm going to take my own advice, and I'm going to sing for the audience. So this song is a song that I wrote called the Freedom Song. So I hope you enjoy it. Freedom, freedom, whoa yeah. Freedom, freedom, whoa yeah. You may knock me down, but I'll get right up. And you might have a frown, but I'll keep on smiling, 'cause no one will steal my joy. I'm just too strong to be able to feel what you wanna and say what you wanna. That's freedom, to be able to love who you wanna and do what you wanna. That's freedom. No one can take my freedom from me, oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me, oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. I just got to be me, that's how it's got to be. And if you're trying to hold me down, I'll break free, 'cause no one can control me or tell me what to do. I'm a free spirit, I thought you knew, to be able to feel what you want and say what you wanna. That's freedom, to be able to love who you wanna and do what you wanna. That's freedom. No one can take my freedom from me, oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. Freedom, I need my freedom. Freedom, I got to be me. Freedom, I need my freedom. Freedom, I got to be free, to be able to feel what you wanna and say what you wanna. That's freedom, to be able to love who you wanna and do what you wanna. That's freedom. No one can take my freedom from me. Oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. Oh yeah. No one can take my freedom from me. Yeah. That's the freedom song. So that's going to do it for me for this episode of Singing Tips. This week's tip is to sing in front of an audience. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And just want to send love and light to the world. We had so much going on, with our friends in France and Turkey. Want to send love and prayers to them for healing and comfort and peace. And just peace to you here in the United States to the world. But I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And that's going to do it for me. So just remember, now that you've got the 10 tips under your belt, tip number 11 is to sing in front of an audience. You can connect with me on Instagram at BCM Sings. It links in my bio to my Singing Tips blog, where all of the tips are archived. I'm on YouTube. You can find all of these tips on YouTube. So until next time, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening.